The threat of AI weapons. All major powers are currently concentrating their efforts on the development of autonomous weapon systems. But exactly how would AI be utilized in combat situations? The most crucial use of AI would be in the form of autonomous weapons. Those would remove humans from the decision-making process and grant sufficient autonomy to robots so that they might independently seek for and engage targets based on predetermined limitations or descriptions. Some refer to the development of autonomous weapons as the third revolution in warfare. Hey folks, welcome back to Techverse. In this video, we are going to find out how AI is proven as armaments for human beings. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon too so you don't miss out on any of our amazing videos. And let's begin! Is intelligence constructed by machines a danger? More and more people are sounding the alarm about the dangers that artificial intelligence already poses and will continue to pose in the future. Unease abounds on a variety of fronts, including the rising automation of some jobs, concerns of gender and racial bias originating from outmoded information sources, and autonomous weapons that operate without human oversight, just to name a few. And this is just the beginning of the very first stages. A category within itself is that of destructive superintelligence, often known as artificial general intelligence, that is produced by humans but then escapes our control to wreak havoc on the world. At this point, it is less of a risk than a hypothetical threat, and an ever-looming source of existential dread. But it is still something that might or might not come to fruition, as theories differ. Job automation. In most circles, the automation of jobs is considered to be the most pressing worry. It is no longer a question of whether or not AI will replace particular types of jobs. Rather, the question now is to what extent it will do so. The process of disruption is well underway in a number of different businesses, notably, but not exclusively, those where workers do jobs that are predictable and repetitive. According to a study conducted by the Brookings Institution in 2019, 36 million people are currently employed in jobs that have high exposure to automation. This means that in the not-too-distant future, at least 70% of the tasks that they perform, such as hospitality work, market analysis, retail sales, and warehouse labor, will be completed by AI. An even more recent analysis from the Brookings Institute comes to the conclusion that white-collar jobs may really be the ones most at risk. And according to a report that was published by McKinsey & Company in 2018, the African-American workforce will be the one that is affected the most. According to renowned futurist Martin Ford, who was interviewed by Built In, the reason we have a low unemployment rate, which doesn't really capture people that aren't looking for work, is large that lower-wage service sector jobs have been pretty robustly created by the economy. I don't believe that'll be the case moving forward. As artificial intelligence robots advance in terms of intelligence and dexterity, he went on to say that fewer humans will be needed to complete the same duties. And although it is true that AI will produce jobs, the exact number of which has yet to be determined, many of these occupations will be unavailable to members of the displaced workforce who have lower levels of educational attainment. If you're now working at McDonald's flipping burgers and additional automation is introduced, is it likely that one of these new positions will be a suitable fit for you, Ford stated? Or is it possible that the new profession takes a significant amount of schooling or training, or perhaps even inborn abilities, such as exceptionally good interpersonal skills or inventiveness, which you may not possess? Because those are the kinds of tasks that, at least up to this point, computers have not been very effective at. Privacy, security, and the rise of deep fakes. Although the loss of jobs is now the most immediate problem that can be attributed to AI disruption, it is only one of several potential concerns that could arise. 26 researchers from 14 institutions, academic, civil, and industry, enumerated a host of other dangers that could cause serious harm, or at the very least, sow minor chaos, in less than 5 years in a paper that was published in February 2018 entitled The Malicious Use of Artificial Intelligence: Forecasting, Prevention, and Mitigation. They wrote in their 100-page report, could threaten digital security, e.g. through criminals training machines to hack or socially engineer victims at human or superhuman levels of performance, physical security, as in non-state actors weaponizing consumer drones, and political security, like through privacy-eliminating surveillance, profiling, and repression, or through automated and targeted disinformation campaigns. Digital security refers to the ability of Ford to be concerned about the ways in which artificial intelligence will have a negative impact on privacy and security, in addition to the more existential challenge it faces. AI bias and widening socioeconomic inequality. Another reason for concern is the widening socio-economic gap that will likely result from the rise of AI-driven automation of jobs. Work, in addition to educational attainment, has traditionally been a driver of social mobility. Research has shown that people who lose their jobs due to the rise of artificial intelligence are much less likely to get or seek retraining in comparison to those who are in higher-level positions and have more money. This is the case when the type of work in question is one that is predictable and repetitive, and is therefore susceptible to automation. On the other hand, not everyone has the same viewpoint. There are many different kinds of bias in AI, and they're all bad. Olga Rusakovsky, a professor of computer science at Princeton, was recently interviewed by the New York Times and indicated that the issue extends far beyond issues of gender and ethnicity. In addition to biases introduced by data and algorithms, the latter of which can amplify the former, biases introduced by humans who are inherently prejudiced are introduced throughout the development of AI. The majority of people working in artificial intelligence are men, people who belong to specific racial demographics, people who were raised in affluent communities, and people who, for the most part, do not have any handicap. Autonomous weapons and a potential AI arms race. Even though Musk believes that artificial intelligence is a greater threat than nuclear weapons, not everyone shares his opinion. But what if the AI decides to fire nuclear weapons, or perhaps biological weapons, without any assistance from humans? Or what if a foe uses data manipulation to send AI-guided missiles back in the direction from which they came? Both of these are viable options, and any one would be a catastrophe. The almost 30,000 researchers in artificial intelligence and robotics, as well as other experts, who signed an open letter on the topic in 2015, clearly believe that to be the case. They claim that the most important decision facing humanity right now is whether or not to initiate a global AI arms race, or whether or not to stop it from starting. If any major military power agrees to move forward with the creation of AI weapons, a global arms race is almost certain to ensue. The endgame of this technological trajectory is clear. Autonomous weapons will become the Kalashnikovs of the future. In contrast to nuclear weapons, they do not require any expensive or difficult-to-obtain raw ingredients. As a result, it will be possible for all key military nations to mass-produce them at an affordable price. It's just a matter of time until they are sold on the illicit market and end up in the hands of terrorists, tyrants who want better control over their population, warlords who want to commit ethnic cleansing, and other people with similar goals. Autonomous weapons are perfect for carrying out activities such as assassinations, destabilizing nations, subduing populations, and eliminating members of a specific ethnic group in a targeted manner. As a result, we are of the opinion that a race to the top in terms of military AI would not be in humanity's best interest. There are a lot of different ways that AI can make battlefields safer for humans, especially civilians, and it can do this without producing any new weapons that can kill people. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please feel free to let us know what you think about the video in the comment space below. And if you like this video, leave a like and make sure you subscribe to our channel for more great videos just like this one. We're always updating, so make sure you press the bell icon to stay updated with our latest updates. Hey, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.